Good day, amigos, and welcome to another episode of Inside the Ropes with Coach Mario. Coach Mario, owner and head coach of Warriors Pride Boxing Academy here in Miami, Florida. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing okay. Everything's good. Had a great uh, boxing weekend. Great fights, upsets, some upsets, and some that we were all expecting, or some of us were expecting. Uh, Regarding some of the fights that took place this weekend. All right, so it is a short recap on what happened on the weekend, what's going to happen next with some of these fighters, some of these fights. There's a lot of promising matchups next year. We're talking about 2024. A little bit of news from uh, some of the fights that everybody's claiming to see, like Canelo versus Benavides. A lot of stuff going on in the boxing world. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna go one at a time. First, let's talk about what a lot of people were expecting. The majority of you guys were expecting the fight between Devin Haney and Regis Prograis. Devin Haney and Regis Prograis. As you know, in one of my past episodes, I had said, like, a lot of people were actually picking Devin Haney to win this fight. I said that I was favoring Devin Haney to win, but I wanted, my head was saying Devin Haney, my heart wanted Regis Prograis to take this victory. Now, you all know what happened. It was a clear, decisive victory, a shutout, complete shutout. Complete domination by a boxer that, whether you like him or not, and this is something I have to say, he's not a likable guy, to be honest with you. He's not very pleasant, but hey, man, he performed. Devin Haney performed a masterful type of fight, masterful performance from Devin Haney. It was unbelievable. I mean, it completely shut down Regis Prograis, who couldn't get inside, who couldn't throw combinations, who was just relying on a lucky punch or one punch that would determine the fight. That did not happen. Devin Haney fought the perfect fight, and I was talking to my son, who's been with me. Training and has trained with me in the past, and I raced him in the sport of boxing. He's actually working with some amateur fighters up in upstate New York, and we were talking about it. And I told him, Regis has an opportunity if he's able to catch Devin Haney, but and I also told him he's got to fight. Devin Haney has to fight a perfect fight in order to avoid getting hit at least once or twice with hard punches from Regis Prograis. And guys, he fought the perfect fight. This was an A+ performance from Devin Haney. Really impressed with him. We actually spoke later on, or texted back and forth, because it was late after the fight. And one of the things that we said, wow, this Devin Haney will give anybody trouble, even Suriel Matias. The advantage that I see that Suriel Matias has that Regis Prograis doesn't have was Suriel Matias knows how to cut off the ring. All right, I don't know what happened with Regis, but he was flat-footed. I mean, he wasn't able to use angles. He stayed in the center line all night long, got peppered with jabs, with crosses. It was unbelievable. Anyway, that was that. Now here locally in Miami, or South Florida, we had Robeisy Ramirez against El Divino Espinoza, the boxer from Mexico, the underdog. And I had tickets to go to see that fight, but had to sell them because we had a party, a local activity at our gym, and for our members, and we were gonna get out of there late, so I had to sell those tickets. But my assistant coach, Paul, went to the fight, and some of the members of my gym, some of the fighters were able to go see the fight. I was not able to see it, but I saw it. I saw the highlights afterwards, and I also saw the complete fight afterwards, after that. And I can tell you, this was a great upset, great fight. If you haven't watched it, you have to watch this fight. It was one hell of a war. I had it a little bit wider than the victory for Espinoza. I believe that in the 6th round, if I'm not mistaken, there was an uppercut that Espinoza threw that floored Robeisy Ramirez, and the referee called it a slip. And guys, we got to start pushing for replays, you know, and in boxing, because some of these things are some of these decisions by referees, man, look completely one-sided sometimes, and there's something has to be done about this. There's got to be like a replay official or something. If you see a clear knockdown, they should be called a knockdown. That round should have been a 10-9. So anyway, I had it wider, maybe 116, 111, 116, 112, something like that along those lines. Maybe 3 to 4 points ahead by Espinoza. That's the way I saw it. Some of those rounds were close. If you're a judge that likes the heavy blows, that's what Robeisy Ramirez was able to land, but he was able to land 1 or 2 per round. And on the other hand, Espinoza was able to connect a lot more punches, volume punches to Robeisy's face. So it depends on who you like, what type of fight you like. That's the way these fights are scored. All right. So going back to the fight between Regis Prograis and Devin Haney, what happens next for Devin Haney? All right. What happens next for Regis Prograis? I saw bits of the post-fight interviews, and I know Regis said he wanted to do some MMA. He wanted to do some other stuff. So, well, you know, I don't know if Regis is going to be able to continue boxing. He's 35 years old. I think he's had great fights. He's been a good champion. But I think that's it. I mean, if he steps inside the ring against somebody like Suriel Matias, that's going to be the end of his career. And it can actually cost him health-wise. So I don't think that is a good next fight for Regis Prograis, next steps for Regis Prograis. I think he's done enough for the sport. I don't think there's going to be a rematch here. So, in my opinion, he should, sail into the sunset and enjoy his family. All right, he was a good champion. All right, as far as Devin Haney, what do you guys think should happen next? Most people and casuals and promoters and people that only think about dollars and cents are talking about Tank Davis and Devin Haney, or Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, or Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. Nobody's talking about Suriel Matias. All right, so I don't think that fight between Suriel Matias and Devin Haney is going to happen next year. I think there's a whole bunch of other options for Devin Haney to make more money and easier victory. I think Ryan Garcia is out of the question. I think Ryan Garcia has got his eyes set on Rolly Romero. I think that's the next one. They're protecting Rolly Romero. They don't want him to fight nobody that is a high-quality opponent. So that fight is going to generate a lot of money, and it's going to generate the interest of all the casual fans and the non-casual fans. I'm going to be honest with you. I'll watch that fight just for curiosity and entertainment value. All right, that's the reason. And probably if there's nothing else better, no other fights on any other channels, I'll watch this one. All right. As far as Espinoza and Robeisy Ramirez, I think that the next step would be a rematch. That would be one hell of a fight. I believe Robeisy Ramirez and Ismael Salas had the wrong approach, the wrong strategy. I really think Robeisy Ramirez did not train properly. Maybe he took the Mexican fighter for granted, an unknown fighter from Mexico who had a lot of victories, but all his victories were against, really the type of level opponents, all right, with a lot of losses and whatnot. So, but his reach, his heart, and his determination, Espinoza, was able to take him to the final round and to give him the victory that he deserved. One hell of a fight. Some people are mentioning this might be the fight of the year. I would love to see these guys get it on again. I think Robeisy was just relying on one punch to knock out Espinoza, and you can't do that. You can't just think of being able to score one punch, one big punch, in order to end the fight. He was close to doing that in the fifth round, but that Mexican was able to get up, fight with a broken or a torn ankle, or I don't know exactly what happened in his right foot, but he was injured and continued to fight like that. So I'll tell you something, guys. Some of these the reason why, and here I'm going off script. The reason why so many people criticize Canelo Alvarez, and a lot of his own people, a lot of people from Mexico criticize him, is when you see fighters like El Divino Espinoza, who broken foot, knocked down, on the verge of losing, they get up and they show that Mexican warrior spirit to fight no matter what, against all odds. And that's what people want to see against Canelo Alvarez. And that's the reason why a lot of people do not respect Canelo Alvarez, because he continues to run away from the number one fighter in the 168-pound division, who, in my opinion, the opinion of a lot of others, is David Benavidez. He is, there's no excuse to continue avoiding Benavidez. The only excuse is that he knows he's going to lose, or he's scared, or because it's not about the money, because there's a lot of money to be made. This is a fight that everybody wants to see. If he picks a smaller opponent, if he chooses and picks, like he's been doing for a long time, and I'm talking about Canelo Alvarez, he's going to continue to receive criticism and a lot of bad press from everybody that has been trying to get this fight. I've been trying to see this fight. It's a fight that everybody's clamoring for. Even the experts. Everybody knows now that Canelo is afraid of Benavidez. And I've been saying it for a very, very long time. I know you Canelo fans, are in denial, but how long is it going to take? How much is it going to take for some of these fanatics, Canelo fanatics, to open their eyes and see who their idol is, who their idol really is? Now, if you're a person that is a casual fan that just likes one fighter, or, are enamored and have idolized a particular fighter, then you're not a true fan of boxing. A true knowledgeable fan of boxing, person that follows the sport, wants to see the best fight the best. And in this case, you can't expect Canelo to fight somebody like Terence Crawford, who is three weight divisions, below him. Come on, guys. Educate yourself. Look at the real fights, legendary fights from the past. That's why these people are legendary. Not because they made all this money. Is because they fought everybody. They fought the best. They fought legendary fights. Pacquiao and Marquez, Duran and Sugar Ray. These are legendary fighters. Legendary fights. They have imprinted their names with blood, sweat, and tears into the annals and of the boxing history. Anyway, guys, please tell me what you think about what's next for Devin Haney. Should he fight Subriel Matias? Is Subriel Matias ready for this kind of challenge? It's gonna be a tough one, I believe. Really tough. This guy can move, guys. This guy's got it all. Complete IQ. All right. Who else is going to step in against Subriel Matias? What's next for Robeisy Ramirez? Is he going to rematch the Mexican fighter? What's going to happen with Canelo Alvarez? And what's going to happen with David Benavidez if Canelo doesn't want to fight? All of these are questions that we'll be able to get answers from real soon. Get answers to real soon, maybe 2024, early 2024. There's a lot of chatter and gossip around the media talking about different options and possibilities. But I'm looking forward for 2024 to be a great year for boxing, for the sport of boxing. Okay, guys. Well, stay tuned for the next episode of Inside the Ropes. I really appreciate all your support. Like and subscribe. There's been a lot of you guys that subscribe to this channel, and I really, really appreciate it. And I gotta say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Really like that. Thank you, guys. Again, this is all for now. This is Coach Mario, owner and head coach of Warriors Pride Boxing Academy, saying hasta la vista. God bless you all, and peace.